Now, today's topic is creating healthy boundaries without creating barriers. The poet Rumi says, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. And so many times, whether we recognize it or not, the barriers that we've built within ourselves come from our attempt, our intention to set healthy boundaries in order to protect ourselves. But when we set those healthy boundaries, or that, let's face it, they're not necessarily healthy boundaries. Sometimes they are the best way that we know how to create a healthy boundary in the moment. They're what's needed for the sake of survival and for what we need to protect ourselves to get through the situation that we're in the moment. A lot of times we keep them there. We hold them there way beyond their expiration point, or the point where they have served their purpose. And sometimes we don't know any other way but to create walls around ourselves and cover it over with a roof and construct a whole building out of concrete and cinder blocks and everything else, and seal up every crack and crevice and board up the windows and everything else to protect ourselves from whatever situation we're in, because it can be overwhelming, and there's sure been a heck of a lot of overwhelm floating around our world lately. But when we create that level of boundary, especially when we're at that overwhelm point, we tend to leave them up, and they create blocks and barriers to real love, to the flow of love and the true healthy relationships that we want. And a lot of times when we're setting a boundary, it's with the people that are closest to us. It's the minor ones where it's like, okay, you're getting a little too close. I'm starting to feel controlled by you. I need to set a little boundary here. I'm feeling pulled too much in one direction from you, and I need to set a boundary here. And a lot of times we will, establish a boundary there that impacts the relationship in a negative way, when the intention of setting the boundary is to help to save the relationship or to make the relationship better, to improve the relationship, right? So that we're not pulling on each other and being needy of each other in ways that are creating a drag on the relationship. So how can we set the healthy boundary in a way that creates an improvement in the relationship or saves the relationship as opposed to destroying the relationship? And how can we hold the boundaries that protect us and support us and still leave us open for potential new healthy relationships and new opportunities that are coming in, and do not create those blocks and barriers that keep love out of our hearts, keep us from the love that is meant for us, right? Because this whole world is all about love. Everything is love. When I had my initial big bang, spontaneous, unexpected spiritual awakening, when I came out of that experience, that epiphany experience, I knew in every fiber of my being, almost every fiber of my being, I'm sure there were a few objections there that popped up later, but in that moment, I knew that love was all there is, and all that matters is love. And everything is love. Everything in this existence is love. And I knew that at that time. And I know that now. And so how can we be in our surrender, if you will, and receiving love in our hearts and in our lives, and allowing it to flow through us, and allowing our energy beings to commingle with the energy of love, and maintain those healthy boundaries that are going to keep us protected so that we can stop hiding in our lives and start thriving. Let's go ahead and come into our prayer and healing circle. Let's come into our circle sitting side by side.